Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is a video walking tour of Union, New Jersey, 07083, if you're interested in looking up the zip code. Now, from what I remember, this town was pretty much of a ghost town, and they built it up pretty well. So up here they haven't done anything, but they've been putting apartments all around here. As you can see, a lot of restaurants. That Peruvian restaurant is excellent. Very good food. Dollar Tree. And it's very historical. So as you walk the streets, you'll see like historical landmarks. Like I'm walking in the opposite direction. And there's a thrift shop. You know, thrift shops mean, you know, little underdeveloped towns, but you can see nice seating here. So this says, oh, I am walking the right way. So I don't know if you could see that. Township of Union, Inc. So here was the Battle of Connecticut Farms. June 7, 1780. So this is Connecticut Farms, and there's a Connecticut Farms School. So what these benches are is a pedestrian crosswalk. So if anybody gets into that crosswalk, you gotta stop. And if you don't stop and there's a cop, you're in big trouble. So this is a thrift shop. They got pretty good stuff in here. Actually, I just came out of there and I bought a couple of nice shirts for cheap, on the cheap. So yeah. So we're gonna have an art tour this Sunday, which is pretty cool. Storefront art tour. So we're gonna get here Mama Creole. It's time to eat. I guess Southern American food, like Louisiana or a place like that. So here's another landmark. So it says here, the British troops marched along the Vauxhall Road, June 7, 1780. Now, it's Connecticut Farms, and then there's a section in Union called Vauxhall, and there's a Vauxhall Road that goes through the town into like another town. And this whole area here is very historical because there was where they fought the Revolutionary War. You know, all over Jersey they fought the war, all over. Not so much in New York. And yeah, it was mainly like around here for some reason. So here's an Italian page. This place is pretty good. Concha d'Oro. Pretty good. Alright, so I went in the opposite direction because I wanted to put a little bit on to advertise on shorts and on TikTok. I have a TikTok channel and I do shorts, and this is Barangay Union Grill Food. It's pretty good. I've never eaten here, but it's pig, so it's probably like Spanish food. Oh, Paraguay, see? They're Paraguayan and they cook really good. I love their like layered steak. These are the bad kids in Union. So we have a banchan. Union's pretty developed. So here's another one where it tells you Connecticut Farms established 1667 and Township of Union incorporated 1808. So you walk down here, and this is residential. There's more residential up there. It's a pretty safe town. I mean, once in a while they have an incident. Not too much, but there was a shooting at a bar a few years ago. I actually knew the guy that I had a little run-in with him. I think it was him. And what happened was Connecticut Farms, same thing, incorporated. So the two guys were in this like shady bar, and one guy was a police officer, a cop, and a stupid cop. So he got into a fight with this moron. They went outside to fight. I guess the guy was beating the piss out of the cop, and the cop turned out, pulled his pew-pew out, and banged him. You know, the cop's now in jail for a stupid asshole. Why a cop would hang out in a bar like that is beyond me. So you can see like here's Wells Fargo. I think this is an American bank. I'm not 200% sure. I don't know what interest rates they pay, but never put your money in a bank that doesn't pay you interest. Make sure you're making money on your money in the bank, because they're basically making money on your money. So now Union, this street goes all the way down, but there's almost nothing to see. More of the art show. There's really nothing to see down there. It's all here. Here's an old building. 1067. All right, there's really no indication of when this building was made. It's probably an old building, maybe in the 40s. I don't think it's from the 1700s, because you can look at the brick. You know, it's not that old. New windows, I mean, that's obvious. Parking. And here's the town quick check, which is good. I mean, they have everything in there for late night, or that place is so busy. So this place went out of business. Portrait cakes. I mean, you know how many people want their face on a cake? You know, to spend all that money to open this place up. Airbrush, screen printing, portrait cakes. There's not enough people in this town. I think there's 58,000 people. Don's Beauty Supply Salon. This place went out of business. I used to get haircuts here. You know? So maybe like somebody took over all this and they're trying to rent it. Maybe they're going to knock it down and put more apartments on top, because they're building apartments like crazy. Nail salon everywhere. Nail salons are everywhere. So if you want your nails done cheap, come to Union. There's a place here they charge $10, you know, for a basic nail service. Here's the Township ice cream parlor. It's pretty good. It's okay. Depends on who works there. Is you're going to get a lot of ice cream for what it is. So here it is, Stuyvesant Avenue. Stuyvesant Avenue and Vauxhall Road. So this is where the British marched up this road here. So this is Vauxhall Road. It was probably a dirt road, you know, full of rocks and ticks. And those British were wearing those heavy coats. So they must have been suffering. There's really no water around here. You got to bring your own. Here's another, same thing, when the town was established, Connecticut Farms. So there it is again, Vauxhall and Stuyvesant. Yeah. Good old fire hydrant, trash can. You know, this town makes money. I mean, the taxes aren't cheap to live here. The schools are okay. There's a better section than this, where they're all houses for $1 million. In a certain section that gets away from, like, down there. So basically, down there is Irvington, and it's pretty bad, right? And then it goes into Newark. But if you go that way, it goes into Springfield, and that way it's all Union, and it's very expensive to live there. High taxes, expensive homes, better high school. So if you live around here, you're going to go to the not so good high school. This place been here forever, Taekwondo. This is the library temporary, because for some reason Union decided to destroy a building they had, 2 buildings, to build this monstrosity of a convention center and library for millions and millions of dollars that nobody even, I don't even think there's anybody ever in this library, and no one's ever going to go to the other library, which for me was a waste of money. You know, they should have just knocked the bill. I mean, if you go in here, there's probably nobody in here. Yeah, there's the, I mean, let's see. Yeah, there's like nobody in here. Oh, a couple of kids. Kids on computers back there. It's nicely air conditioned. Yeah, So if you don't have air conditioning, come sit in the library. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people, like, they'll go to the mall and just stay in the mall all day because they have no AC and it's just too hot in their house. So you can come to the library, take out a couple books and read all day. They're never going to kick you out. As long as you're reading, you're not loitering, they won't kick you out. Hey, Toyota Tundra. So here's a place for rent. American Shave. So I guess this was a barber shop and they went out of business because there's no parking. I mean, it's not that there's no parking, it's a pain in the ass to park. As you can see, like, the street, right? There's nowhere to park, but there's a lot of parking that way and to the left, and there's a huge parking lot. But, you know, in Jersey, people are lazy. They don't want to get out of their cars and park. This is like being in Brooklyn, in a sense, where there's no parking lots. You have to scramble for parking, and people will get out of their car and park. Full way, this is pretty good. I ate here once. It's like soup and stuff. And that's the problem with Union. You see, like, these cars, they'll be parked here all day. All day long. Oh, this place closed. Unless this place is pretty, open. All right. Maybe they closed on Mondays. Yeah, this place is pretty good. It's actually not a Portuguese. It could be Peruvian barbecue, like Portuguese. You know, where they have the rotisserie chicken, but they have good steak sandwiches. Yeah, good food. Very good. They don't speak English. That's the problem. Here's another nail salon. They don't speak English. You call these people up for another. Nobody speaks English. So every time they deliver your food, it's fucked up. Excuse my language, it's wrong. You know? Kessler. So he took up some space and rented. There's a store there, the Octagon. That's like a workout. Right? So you go there and you pay money. It's like private personal trainers. Oh, so there's that building. The Lottery Building. I wonder what that means. So you can see there's boats. Let's see. Zoom in on that. I don't know if you can see that. It says the Lottery Building. And there's boats and buildings. So this was, you know, Union was probably like a bustling community. And what happened to Union is it suffered the aftershock of the Newark riots. I mean, a lot of these towns around here just never got over it. And it took years and years and years for the real estate to go up, for people to want to come back to Union and live here. And Union is great for some people because, one, it's easy to get to the city. There's the bus from Manhattan drops you off right here, right on Stuyvesant Avenue, and it picks you up and takes you to the city, and it's only like $8. $8. So you can see here's a new building. They just built this. Probably the same owners who own all of this. It's like a couple of guys, maybe a few owners own all of these buildings here, and there's so much residential renting. $3,000 a month, $2,500 a month. That's the minimum. So here's another one. It says George Washington headquarters in Union. So it must have been right here. So this was George Washington's headquarters, and this is the plaque for it. But they knocked it down and built this building. I mean, it was probably like an old wooden piece of junk building that they just couldn't save it, and there was no point in making a historical landmark. What they could have done is they could have put a plaque, a picture of what it sort of looked like. Would have been nice. But yeah, so George Washington had his headquarters here. That's pretty damn exciting. I mean, you know, if you're into history, for George Washington to be headquartered here, because don't forget, he crossed the Delaware, and it's not far from here. You know, it's probably 30 miles by car, maybe 35. So if you're going to march there, it's going to take you a long time. But this is where they started, right here. This was American grounds, you know, but the British tried to take it. So this is a yoga coming soon. Another Lynn's Mala Asian Kitchen. So spicy, if you can see that. spicy food, yoga. I mean, I don't see the point in doing yoga, but... So here's Brooklyn Pizza. I mean, they got John Lennon in the window. Who knows where they found that? Customers only. Do not call. So they don't want, if you're not a customer, basically, don't go in there and suck up their air conditioning. Here's a dollar store that went out of business. They closed. Or they're closing. We will be opening the back entrance only. It is located on Stour Street. So that's where the parking is, right? Dollar Tree is moving to 1745 Morris Avenue in Union. So I don't know if another business is taking this over and paying more rent and they lost their lease, but it looks like it's up for rent. This is a giant store. I mean, this store is big. If you could see, it's big. Big. And they probably didn't make a lot of money here because, again, no parking. So now we're heading to Morris Avenue. Now, I'm not sure the significance of Morris Avenue. So this is a beauty salon. Here's real estate. Let's take a quick look. See what houses go for. $850,000 for that. $900 for that. $749 for that. $849. So the houses in Union are not cheap. $850, $399, but it depends what area it's in. So here, so the most expensive house is $900,000. Oh, $999, $1 million. Oh, and this is in Elizabeth. Oh my gosh, that's in Elizabeth. Union Township, $749. Union Township, $849. Yeah, it's not cheap. This place used to, you could buy a house here at one time for practically nothing. Oh, this is a phone store. I'm not sure if these are residents. Jewelry store. So that's good. That's a good sign. You know, there's a jewelry store in town. Usually like a town that's very dangerous and wouldn't have a jewelry store. So this is Morris Avenue. This goes way, way, way out. And this ends down in Elizabeth in what's called Little Columbia. So if you go all the way down into Elizabeth, it's like little, and there's restaurants there, another little bustling city in Elizabeth. So Elizabeth has a few sections. So this is all part of Union here. So these are some of the new apartments they built. Okay, so we're ready to go. So we'll go one more block, then we'll go back, and that should be the walk. So the Falls building up for sale, or retail space. So nobody's in here. It's probably all empty. Because people are getting, you know, new space for cheap. Oh, is that an art gallery? Yes. Or this is pretty much it ends. I just want to show you like the construction of the private apartments they're building. So Nashville hot chicken. I'm not sure how good this is. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You guys look at me like, what are you doing? So Nashville, Tennessee. Here's another space for rent. Who knows how much the rent is? There's nobody here. I mean, for you to come here and open a business, you need something good. You know, and you need cheap rent. This place is a bakery. It's been here forever. Blue Ribbon. Mr. Big's Beauty Salon. So one guy owns like this part. And then maybe they own this too. You know, well-dressed people. Right? Not too shady. There's a pharmacy. Oh, I didn't even know there was a pharmacy here. There's There's another salon, looks closed. And you know, the mass days did a hit on Union. Really, Union took a beating. So you can see, like, they built that building there, this Centurion. Brand new apartments. They have pools on the roof. Here's more right there. Let's try to zoom out a little bit. Right. So you can see that there's pools on the roof there. And they're going to build more here. I think they're waiting for the leases for these people to expire. I don't know why they don't just buy them out. Why would they wait 10 years, 8 years to build? See, they're just waiting for them to lose their lease, or to their lease to be up, whatever lease they have, a nail salon, and then they're gonna knock this down and put a new building like that. Maybe they're gonna offer them cheap rent, which they could have done that. You know, so listen, for the first 5 years, we'll give you the same rent you were paying, and we'll put a nice nail salon in there. So you can see all the construction they're doing. They're gonna put another huge building here. So it'll be, I don't know, maybe 2 separate buildings, and then this is coming down. All of this. So Union's being built up, especially this side. And this is pretty much where it ends, like the Union Center. That's what it's called. So the sidewalk is closed. So let's be good pedestrians. And this is where the bar was that the police officer and that kid got into a fight in Patty's. And what happened was, this is a pretty shady bar. I mean, I've been here a few times. You know, come in here, shoot pool, right? And this bar's been here forever. And the same guy has owned it. He's an old guy now. Drives a Corvette, old Corvette. And yeah, I don't know if the windows are tinted. There's a couple of people in there. They got TVs and stuff, you know, air conditioning. So basically what happened was like the shootout at the OK Corral. So they were fighting in the bar. They came out here into this parking lot, and that's where the cop pulled his service roof, pulled his pew, and boom. You know, those 2 idiots, they fucked their lives up. The one guy lost his life, and the police officer lost his life too. Basically, he's in jail now. So you can get a better look there. All the construction, all this. This used to be a restaurant, an old restaurant, and there was a lot there that they even bought for parking. You know, because in Jersey you have to promise parking. Yeah, so we'll just go back to the truck, and that'll be the end of the walking tour of Union, which is pretty cool. So this is a 4 family home, apartments, which is not bad. I wish I could have bought that many moons ago. Probably maybe the bar owner owns it. And you can see, like in Union, they built this. They put all these pavers, you know, to freshen up the town. Here's a bus stop. Make it look nicey nice. You know, they went a little cheap here on the concrete, but you know, it is what it is. It's better than walking on broken concrete. And they spent now millions and millions of dollars on this concrete. Now I don't know if the county chipped in and the state, because Jersey works county as state. So space available, wood stack. So I'm not understanding what space available is. 70% off original price. They have a lot of stuff in there. A lot. And there's the outdoor. There's another bank. Yeah, I mean it's pretty safe. You see people out. Lady's got a bag out. Now, if it wasn't safe, she probably wouldn't have a bag open like that. Yeah, and then little flower pots. So you go back here. There's another parking lot. Creative studio. Glamorous. Yeah, I mean it's. You see people are walking around. You know. Lines and lines, no problem. You're not gonna find that in Newark, I'll tell you that. So this is the 20th Legislative District Office. Senator Joseph Bryan Assembly Inequitano, and I think this is Democrat, if I may ask. All right, so how would I know that? I mean, here, you know, this is Vote for Women. We know who she is, right? Oh, so this is so if you want to like help out and be on the election process, you can come here and volunteer, and you can hand out flyers, and they'll tell you to give out information and whatnot. But this thing's been here for years, so the Democrats and Union pay for this, right? So here's another boutique.
You have no chance to see the Sasquatch. See it hidden there.
Oh, there's a Sasquatch in there?
No, so you better chance to see a Sasquatch.
Yeah, that's true.
See it crying.
You won't see crying. Here's another Garden City restaurant specializing in African cuisine. Okay, so, you know, let's take a look. Is it open? Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice store. I mean, I've never had African cuisine, and you know what? I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. So, titanium, you can see that. So at one time, that's the titanium. That was a bank, and they converted into whatever it is, living space, an office, and whatever it is. So we're back on Morris Avenue. So there's another Spanish restaurant down here. Another Spanish restaurant across the street. This is like Mexican. I ate here. I didn't like it at all. All right, so we got to stop. This very busy intersection. It's not California-ish busy or New York busy, but you know, it is what it is. So you have here the UPS store, and you know, just basic. And they built these apartments on top of these stores that were one level. Now they haven't done anything with that corner lot across the street. They haven't put anything. You see the upstairs is empty. It's vacant. Wonder why? Maybe they're in the plans to turn into apartments, because everything is apartments now. You know, businesses is going online. You can see like over there, space for rent. That's empty too. All right, so they're still asking me to wait. I'm going. Yeah. So there's the bus from Manhattan, drops you off right there, and picks you up at the Dunkin' Donuts. This place been here for a long time, so successful business. Fruit Republic. So you come in here, you get a fruit smoothie and whatever else they got to offer. Progressive. You know, here we have like a Western Union type business. And this is Union, you know. See people just relaxing, no fear at all. All right, so here's my truck, and here's a little better look at the buildings across the street. Guys, thanks for sticking around, watching the video. You know, it's a little interesting town. If you're ever in Union, come down here and check it out. They have like Irish parades, they have all kinds of stuff, veterans parades, all kinds of things that they close off Stuyvesant Avenue for the day. And there's good food, and you know, and it lasts all day long. But take care, peace out, see you guys again on the next video. There's an example of Union building up. Those are going to be all apartments, and there's a lot. And you can see how they build them on stilts, because they need parking, or else there'll be nowhere for parking. And these people have 2-3 cars. You know, it would be a parking nightmare in Union. So, you know, they force these builders to put in their own parking. So it looks like it's going to be 2 levels of parking. And the top part where you see the wood is going to be the living space.